A job in every home. Winde says the province has the highest number of households which derive their income from a salary earner, but that his administration is committed to doing more. He says attracting investment and enabling the private sector to create jobs is key.
It hasn't borrowed money in the past. We want to borrow money for infrastructure, specifically capital infrastructure that's going to generate economic growth. We will play our part there to enable the private sector to put more investment into, especially infrastructure. That creates the ecosystem and the environment for growth.
Financial sustainability for a province which experiences population growth of 150,000 a year, he says, is critical for quality service delivery, and that his administration will fight for a more equitable share of the budget in order to improve the lives of citizens.
Our province is shortchanged. We don't get our fair share of the budget. We're the third most populous province, the fastest growing province, and we only get the fifth most money. We still haven't got money from last year's floods, from the declaration of last year's floods. We had 1.1 billion cut in our budget last year because of the wage deal. That is unacceptable because we've got more and more demand. So we want our fair share. We will fight for that fair share.
Parties will have an opportunity to reply to the address on Thursday. Some, however, feel that there was not a strong enough focus on crime.
Consensus, politics of cooperation, that we welcome, and we want to build on that. We actually want that spirit to be built on even at the level of local government, to deal with issues facing our mainly hung municipalities in the Western Cape. That spirit of cooperation, it's very, very important. However, we need to still see during this particular term, is the Premier going to be serious about dealing with crime, for example, with involving communities in tackling crime? That was absent. Is the Premier going to be very serious about reviving the township economy?
Comments on infrastructure is commendable, but there's not enough. I didn't say enough about crime, which is a big problem in our province, and job creation.
There was nothing about crime, drugs and gangsterism. We didn't touch on crime. He spoke briefly about it, but there was no plan of action, especially for the Cape Flats and other parts of the province. And then also there was nothing about school placement. He spoke briefly about schools and classrooms, but what about those many students who are still unplaced across the Cape Flats?
Creating safer communities remains a key priority, and that the province will push ahead in its call for the devolution of policing resources. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.